What is up, guys? It is Bob Blah Blah, and yes, this is my 500th video, which is just insane. Like, my brain hurts thinking about that number. It's such a big number. So I'm going to, I had a lot of requests to do different things, so I'm going to answer a bunch of your questions and kind of tell you a lot more about me, because I get so many questions trying to get to know Bob and who I am a little bit. This gameplay is a special gameplay, guys. It was recorded out of theater mode, but this is actually probably one of the most memorable games I've ever had in my Call of Duty history. If you guys don't know what this is the game we played against the guys who are doing the race, and that would be tmartn, Jericho, Ernest Lee, and darn it, I can't remember the other. Oh, Gold Glove, and also in this match was Juicetra. This was when they first started the race, and basically what they're doing is they're playing together and racing to 10th Prestige, all four of them on the same account, playing 24 hours a day. And what's nuts about this, guys, this was right when it started. Going this match, they randomly, Black Ops 2 put us in a lobby with them. 21,000 people watched this match. It was pretty damn cool. I mean, just when you go into a lobby and you know that 20,000 people are watching you, it's pretty damn intense. Now, we do win the match, but that doesn't mean anything. They were dealing with technical difficulties. I don't even think Ernest Lee was playing. It wasn't a fair match. These guys are beasts, and they're friends of mine. But yeah, obviously we went full tryhard. Knowing 20,000 people are watching, you're going to go full tryhard mode. So it was a really fun match, really memorable for me, and it was awesome to play these guys in front of one of the biggest COD streams ever, literally. So anyways, back to this video, guys. It's my 500th video. And it's crazy. So I started 2 years ago. My first video was called Winning Solo, and I really didn't know what was going to happen with this channel. I didn't know if I was going to do 10 videos and quit. I never thought it would get this big, and I know there's tons of channels way bigger than mine, but I'm pretty damn happy with where I am. In fact, I'm really surprised that I'm this big. It's pretty cool, and it took a lot of work, tons of videos, but it happened. Also took some luck. I had a little help along the way from some other YouTubers, guys like, Pyro Puncher helped me out. He was the first one. He gave me a shout out on my very first video. Guys like Thunder, Wings of Redemption, and gosh, I can't remember. There's definitely other guys, and if I'm forgetting you, I love you all, whoever helped me, but definitely a lot of guys have helped me out along the way. But really, to tell you my YouTube story, I just got super lucky. When people wonder how, you get big on YouTube, I started not at the perfect era. I started a little bit after that, meaning there was an era when there was way less competition. By the time I started, there was already thousands of channels, but there's not near as many as there are now. But I came in an era where there wasn't near as much, videos. There wasn't near as much spam out there. And basically the real reason I got big, it wasn't because of other YouTubers. It wasn't because of anything special. It was just because I got the idea very early on, because I was bored of Black Ops, of making videos talking about Modern Warfare 3. And so I just put out videos speculating, telling about wishes, talking about what I want in Modern Warfare 3. That got me huge. That's what got me most of my subscribers, because a lot of other people were in the same boat as me. They were kind of sick of Black Ops at the time, and this was like in March, I think, and they wanted to talk about Modern Warfare 3, and I was the only guy doing it. Now fast forward a year, I mean, by the time March came around this year, there was already like 3,000 videos about Black Ops 2, so using that same method wouldn't work anymore. So it's just a different era now, guys. You can't, it's very hard to get big. It's very hard to get, if I had started a year later, I'd probably have like 3,000 subscribers now instead of 45,000, And I also got really lucky. If you look at my views, guys, I've got 10 million views. That means 10 million times people have clicked on my videos. It's nuts. It's a mind-boggling number. And like I said, there's a lot of luck involved in that. YouTube liked me for a while, and sometimes that's how success happens. Sometimes in life you get lucky. So for those of you who don't know about me personally, I live in Texas. I am old. I am really old. A lot of people don't know that. I'm 34 years old, which is, in YouTube terms, pretty damn old. And I don't really act old. I kind of am young and immature. That's just who I am. I've always been that way. I don't really believe that you have to be... You don't have to act a certain way once you get older. You can still have fun. You can play video games. You can do whatever you want, as long as you have fun and enjoy your life. I mean, that's kind of the goal. But I do own my own business. I started it 5 years ago. Before that, I always worked for other big companies. I've always been pretty successful once I got in the business world. Life's treated me pretty well, and I've always worked really hard. I went off on my own. I quit a really good corporate job at about 5 years ago, like I said, and I started out my own business, and luckily things went really well, and now I'm as happy as I could possibly be. I own my own business, and that's the reason I'm able to do these videos. It's because my business does well enough. I have a lot of good employees, so I have quite a bit of free time, to be honest. I have plenty of free time where I can make videos and play video games, when I probably should be working. But like I said, I have a lot of good employees that help me out, take care of the company, and things are working out great. So a lot of people, have asked, am I rich? I'm not rich, guys, at all. I do well. I mean, I'm definitely very comfortable in my lifestyle. My business does very well, but a lot of that's because I'm a pretty frugal guy. I don't waste a lot of money. I do make some YouTube money. For those of you guys who don't know, us YouTubers, if you're partnered, if you see an ad before a video, of course, if you have ad block, you don't see that, but if you see an ad, that means that person's partnered usually. We do get paid, but not that much. Basically, what I do with my YouTube money is I feed my gaming habit. I buy my video games. I bought my PC. I basically cover my video game habit. I'm going to PAX next year in Boston, and it pays for all that, which is awesome. The fact that I can do something I enjoy and pay for all my gaming expenses, that's about as good as it gets. I can't complain, right? But yeah, so I'm 34. My background is I didn't graduate college. A lot of people, ask me when they're like, "Man, you started your own business. How did you do that? How many, what business degree did you get?" I actually dropped out during my first semester. I didn't complete one semester of college. I wasn't a very good student in high school. I was always smart. I was always good at test taking and stuff like that. But I was never dedicated to school. I'd always rather goof off. I actually got expelled once for skipping so much school. I got suspended for getting a lot of fights. I was kind of a troublemaker when I was young. And but one thing, guys, you can outgrow stuff. I mean, if you dedicate your life to doing something, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Remember that. You can change your future. And so if you grew up as a troublemaker or a bad student, it doesn't matter. You can still accomplish a lot in your life. Now, I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm just saying that you don't have to follow a certain template to be successful. It's not always about doing what everyone else does. Sometimes it's, dropping out of college, working your way up, and then just kind of finding your own way. So the one thing I will say is you do have to work your ass off in life. That's a common denominator you'll find with successful people. So I've got a wife, I got a couple kids. My kids are awesome. I'm very involved in their lives. I coach a lot of sports, and I try to be a really good dad. That's my main goal in life, and I've kind of decided, and once you have kids, you kind of realize this. Once you have kids, that's kind of your life, and my goal in life now, obviously I want to retire well, I want to have money, I want to be able to enjoy my life, but the other side of my life is my goal is to raise 2 well-adjusted, good kids, and happy kids, and if I can do that, and they can become good, productive adults. That's what I want. People who work hard, have good values. To me, that's what's important. I do believe in production. What I mean by that is I want my kids to work. I want them to work hard, make their own money, never be spoiled. That's a huge values thing for me. And that's kind of where I'm at in my life. That's kind of my goal. I feel like I'm on my way to a good retirement. I feel like I've made good money and good financial decisions in my life. So now the next step, get my kids off to that same thing so they can be better than me. And if I do my job, my kids will have a better life than me. And hopefully they'll be better than I was and not make all the mistakes I did. So back to video gaming, my gaming history, and the reason I'm not that great at Call of Duty, I'd probably be a lot better, but I mean, I think I'm pretty good, and when I play against good players, especially in Black Ops 2, I know there's people way better than me, but I also know I'm better than a lot of people. But I quit gaming from about the age of 21 to 27, and I don't really know why. I played some NCAA football during that period, stuff like that, but I hadn't played a first-person shooter since GoldenEye on, what was that, on Nintendo 64, I think. I played that, and then I went all the way, and then I played Call of Duty 4. So I had no video games during that period, and that was at about age 28 or 29 is when I started playing COD 4. And so basically having that long, I was horrible. When I started playing Call of Duty 4, guys, my KD, after 20 days of playing Call of Duty 4, I want to say was 0.9. And if I go back and play that game, I still suck today because I was so bad. I really don't even have that good of map knowledge in that game. I just don't know what I'm doing when I play that game. I'm awful at it. Partly because I played Hardcore Headquarters and Hardcore Search and Destroy. That's the game modes I played. I have no idea why I chose those. I think it's because I was so bad at aiming I needed Hardcore mode. By the way, I need to give props to the race guys here. They never stopped hustling B-Flag. They kept working, even though, like I said, when I watched the stream after this, they had sound issues. Like, I don't think they had game sound. Like I said, I don't think Ernest Lee was even playing, and yet they never quit, and that's awesome. I mean, they were clearly outnumbered, and they were having technical difficulties, and they kept playing hard, going for the win, and that's what you're supposed to do. I think that's awesome. I wish more players played like that. But anyways, guys, that's it. And the last thing I want to say, thank you guys, because all this is possible because of you, your support, you guys watching, you guys like and favorite, you leave comments, you do, just that's what's motivating. A lot of people think it's all about money and status and fame. You would be surprised at how much YouTubers are driven just by likes, favorites, stuff like that, comments, because that's what's telling us we're good. Views don't really tell us that much, because sometimes YouTube can just decide that, hey, you know what, we're going to take your video, we're going to put it in search results high, and you're going to get a ton of views. So I might get 20,000 views on a video, and it wasn't even a good video. But when I get a lot of likes, I know that it was good enough for you guys to take that effort to hit that like button. And that's like, wow, that actually means something. I know you guys may not believe that, but that's all it does. It's not like that. We don't get paid off of that or anything. It just makes us feel awesome and it motivates us. So that kind of support you guys give me is why I do this. And it's super rewarding, super awesome. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And that's it. So yeah, once again, thank you guys. It's been an awesome run for 500 videos. And let's see if I can get to 1,000. I don't know. That's a crazy number, but we'll see. So that's it, guys. I love you all. Take it easy.
It's what I was using in that gameplay. Or in that game. It's really good.